know how to simplify. So first you have to try to simplify the original expression by a case of factorization. And then if you can simplify by a case of factorization, you try to simplify the numbers and the exponents.
Then you simplify the exponents by properties of powers, and finally you keep doing this until you have your rational expression in the simplest form.
Okay, so one example by simplifying by factoring. So x cubed plus 6x squared plus 3x and 2x. So here you can factor by greatest common factor. So first you put the factor between these ones is the x. So x, say what multiplied by x will give you x cubed. So x squared plus, so what is going something multiplied by x that will give you x squared, x squared, 6x squared. So 6x. And then something that will give 3x. So 3. So you already simplify this one. And in the bottom you have 2x and you can simplify this. So then you cross the x and the x because both of them are multiplying and one is in the top and one is in the bottom, so you can cross them. And your final answer will be x squared plus 6x plus 3 over 2. Now Cami is going to give you an example by simplifying the numbers and the powers.
Okay, simplifying rational expressions, but not using a case of factorization. So, 32 x y squared c over 12 x cubed y to the power of 4 c to the power of 5. So first you start by finding the greatest common factor between the numbers.
So you can divide both of them by 4.
By 4, so you will have 8 over, and the other one will be 3, because you divide both of them by 4. So then you have a variable. So what you need to do is, using properties of powers, you take for example x. You have in the denominator you have x, and in the numerator you have x.
Denominator and denominator.
So what you do is that you find the big one in the exponents and you subtract the smallest one. So you will have 3 minus 1, so this x is gone. And here, and you will have x to the power of 2, so you put it in the bottom. Why? Because here is where you subtract. And you do that with all the letters, and the final answer will be 8 over 3x squared y squared c to the power of 4. And that's it. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
My name is Juliana Ramirez and I'm going to teach you square roots and real numbers. A number that is multiplied by itself to form a product is called a square root of that product. The operations of squaring and finding a square root are inverse operations. The radical symbol is this one, that represents the square roots. So for example, the square root of 16. And you think 4 times 4 is 16. So the square root of 16 will be 4. And if it is negative, you will put a parenthesis if the number is negative, the square root will be -4. A perfect square is a number whose positive square is a whole number. So for another example, 9. You will think that it will be 3 times 3, 9. So the square root will be 3. Another example will be in a fraction. 25 and 81. So what is the number that multiplied by 2 will be 25? So it's 5. And of 88 will be 9. Natural numbers. A natural number are the continuing numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. The whole number are the natural numbers and the 0. The integers are the whole numbers and their opposites. So 1 minus 1. 2 minus 2. 3 minus 3. The rational numbers are expressed in the fraction. So it will be like this. In a fraction. Then the classifications are applied to each real number. So of 32, it can be a fraction and a decimal. So it will be 31, 32, and 1. And a decimal will be 32.0. Now that's it. Thank you.
Bye-bye. I'm Dora Maria Gutierrez, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the algebra of operations. So you have to follow these steps. First, you have to resolve operations inside the grouping symbols. There are parentheses, brackets, etc. Second, you have to simplify the powers. And third, you solve multiplication and division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right. You can use to solve them pendants. That is, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and finally you subtract. So, the algebra of operations are the one who tell you what operation you have to perform first. So, an example will be 25 minus, open parenthesis, 5 minus 2, close parenthesis, to the power of 2, and the brackets. So, there are two grouping symbols, so you have to resolve them. And put 4, the brackets, 25, minus, so you resolve 5 minus 2, and it will be 3, and you put to the power of 2 because there is. Okay. Then you simplify. So you solve this. So it's 25 minus, so 3 times 3 is 9. Then you solve this. So 25 minus 9 is 16. And then you multiply 4 times 16, and it will be 64. So that was an example. Another example will be minus 22 minus 2 to the power of 2. This is a division. And 5 minus 3. So then what you have to do is put parentheses here, and here, and here, and here. And then you solve this. So it will be minus 22 minus, so 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And then here, and this stays the same. 5 minus 3. And first you have to resolve the numerators. So, digo, minus 22 minus 4 is equal to minus 26. And then you solve the denominators. So it's 2. So 5 minus 3 is 2. And then you divide and the answer will be minus 13. So I'm finished. Thank you for watching.
My name is Catalina Betancourt, and today I'm going to teach you about factoring ax squared plus bx plus c polynomial. So first, I'm going to give you an exercise. So the first step is to find factors from each number from the coordinates. So and then you multiply them crosswise, and then the answer you sum, and the answer should be the one in the middle. So if the answer is the one in the middle, you take these numbers into two parentheses. So 6, and you take this variable x plus 5, and another parenthesis, x plus 1, and this is your answer. To apply it to geometry, you have this. And okay, to find this value, you have to solve this. So 2w squared plus 7w plus 6. So the factors for this 1, 2, 1, and 3, and 4. So you multiply crossways, you sum, and the answer will be this.